5, please, sir. Speaking as a group. Thank you. Good evening, Justin Langridge. I'm speaking tonight as president of the Spotsylvania County Professional Firefighters Association, IAFF, Local 3886. Our office is located at 9835 Courthouse Road, and I'm a voter in the Lee Hill District. I've been coming to this board for several years now to address pay issues, many of which haven't changed. Despite possibly good intentions, a full solution still has not been delivered. During the FY19 budget public hearing, we thanked the board for added staff positions and recognized that we can't fix everything in a single budget year. Now I'm back before you as promised. This year, I hope we can finish addressing the compensation issues. Tonight, I'm not saying that there are not other funding needs within schools, utilities, or other county departments, or that our needs are any more important. I'm only speaking to the needs that we've identified from our standpoint in public safety. Whether it was county staff effort to present the board with something that was, quote, palatable, or an unfortunate consequence of trying to bid, conduct, and present a solution on a very short timeline, the Evergreen report suggested $1.8 million solution simply did not paint a full picture for the board, and the subsequent implementation contained several significant omissions. While we attempted to address these concerns immediately following the report's publication, our two biggest concerns remain today: salary range and classification range placements. On a positive note, the developed salary ranges, meaning the minimum and maximum salaries for each job classification title, appears to be competitive with market. This has helped resolve some issues with entry-level workers. However, the years of service between top and bottom is not competitive with the public safety market space, nor does it mirror our own VRS Virginia retirement system for hazardous duty positions. LEO's positions require 25 years for full retirement. Many jurisdictions base range on 20 years, and some research has even suggested that employees should be targeted for mid-range by 5, max at 10. Currently, Spotsylvania requires 30 years in position to move through the position's range. While our ask would be for a 20-year spread, often seen in other localities, we feel that 25 would mirror VRS and provide a fair compromise, and I'll mention that again in a moment. The bigger issue has been range placement. Employees were placed in their salary range based on the date they started their current job assignment, not the total time in the department or organization. Nor was there consideration for an individual's employee's value based on internal or external experience or their level of education. In some instances, this has actually furthered compression between grades when considering employees of equal tenure, and has further disenfranchised highly experienced employees, particularly ones with recent job title changes or promotion. For example, several 10 to 14-year firefighters were recently promoted to lieutenant, each placed at the absolute minimum for their salary range. They will still need to work another 30 years to reach the top end of their range. This doesn't make sense. When you consider how this affects higher ranks, the disparity becomes even wider. The methodology does not at all mirror the compensation philosophies common in the public safety market space. We validated this through FOIA requests from several jurisdictions, including Henrico, Hanover, Chesterfield, Fredericksburg, Stafford, and King George. Experienced staff must both be valued and compensated for their experience. Failing to do so has not gone unnoticed by junior employees who are much more flexible in their career roadmaps. During recent discussions on proposed projects, firefighter safety has been mentioned on occasion. While our members are already exposed to numerous cancerous agents and toxins daily, one of the biggest issues affecting our immediate safety is a watered-down labor force lacking experience due to both county growth and personnel retention. For anyone else addressing you tonight, if they're concerned about the well-being of public safety personnel, may they express their support in taking efforts to retain experienced staff. To address these issues, the Public Safety Compensation Plan has been developed by heads of FRIM and Sheriff's Office. This was outlined publicly at a recent Public Safety Commission meeting. It was developed, supported, and agreed upon by both county departments. It does contain some compromises, such as a 25-year range rather than 20, but this plan is supported by both the Career Firefighters Association and the Police Benevolence Association. I ask tonight that you host discussion on this. The proposed plan provides clear direction to county staff. You have a lot on your plates, possibly bigger, more attention-drawing issues. We are concerned that without your discussion on this and without clear direction to county staff, the issue will die. You've invested a lot in fire rescue and public safety personnel. Ask that you maximize that investment, protect that investment, and secure that investment, and have discussion and place direction on this for future. Thank you.
Tim Bryner, followed by Russ Mueller.
I'm speaking on behalf of a group. Hello, my name is Tim Bryner, and I'm the president of the Spotsylvania Chapter of the Virginia Police Benevolence Association. I'm here to build upon Mr. Langridge's comments regarding the concerns his organization and mine have in relation to continued pay disparity that exists for our public safety employees in Spotsylvania County. This disparity continues to exist even though the county is closing in on the end of the 3-year implementation of the Evergreen study. A majority of employees in entry-level positions will likely be close to where they should be on the county pay scale at the end of this 30-year implementation. However, employees that have stayed loyal to this county and have been promoted during their tenure here are still not being appropriately compensated. This exact concern was voiced to the county administration and the Board of Supervisors back in 2017 when the Evergreen study was released. I stood before you at that time and gave you a specific example of an employee, namely myself, who would be adversely affected by the proposed adjustments of individuals based on time and grade and not tenure with the county. County administration implemented a trend to try and address this issue in their 3-year plan implementation. However, my analysis reveals that these efforts have not made much headway in correcting the shortfalls that exist with tenured employees who have taken the initiative to promote up the ranks. The Firefighters Association did a FOIA request for the county salaries here in Spotsylvania right after the last pay increase, and this information was shared with me. I did my own analysis on employee compensation shortfalls pertaining to Sheriff's Office employees. The premise for my analysis is that sworn employees would reach the maximum of their pay scale at 25 years, not 30, and that pay should be based off tenure with the county, not time and grade. My numbers are only preliminary as they do not take into account residual expenses that the county incurs from employee salaries. The cost to bring 135 full-time deputy sheriffs to where they should be on the pay scale would be approximately $272,000, an average of approximately $2,000 per deputy. However, for 20 full-time detectives, the cost would be approximately $143,000, an average of approximately $7,200 per detective. For 15 sergeants, the cost would be approximately $70,000, an average of approximately $4,700 per sergeant. For 13 first sergeants, the cost would be approximately $112,000, an average of approximately $8,600 per first sergeant. For 5 lieutenants, the cost would be approximately $40,000, average of approximately $8,000 per lieutenant. For 5 captains, it would be approximately $43,000 for an average of approximately $8,600 per captain. Finally, to bring the majors to where they should be on the pay scale will cost approximately $23,000. This data alone reveals that individuals who are promoted with this agency have been and continue to be undercompensated, as was the concern voiced during the implementation of the Evergreen study. In addition to the deficiencies just noted in the 3-year implementation of the pay study, another deficiency has been noted. Some of the existing county pay bands adopted by the county, which were formulated based off the market data on Spotsylvania being compared to other localities, are not in line with the existing county classification and compensation guidelines. According to Section 16, subsection B, when an employee changes from one position to a position that is 2 grades or more higher, the employee may receive a 10% increase in salary or the new position's minimum salary, whichever is greater. Under the adopted compensation plan for the Sheriff's Office, there are 3 ranks that have a 3 pay grade change, which is 15%, not 10%. An example of this is if a sergeant who's a pay grade 17 gets promoted to a pay grade 20 first sergeant, the market study revealed that certain positions need to be regraded due to the market, which is what the county adopted. However, if this person presently gets promoted from sergeant to first sergeant, the county is only giving them a 10% increase, even though it's a 3 pay grade increase. This automatically places the employee behind the market at the time of promotion. While I've primarily spoken about the Sheriff's Office, the deficiencies that exist in employee compensation mentioned above also carry over to FREMS. There are other deficiencies that may exist that have not been mentioned today. However, those brought to your attention today are the deficiencies that are most paramount to address for our membership. If given the opportunity by the Board of Supervisors, we would be open to providing a more comprehensive presentation in the future regarding these concerns, to include potential remedies for the issues that we have already formulated. Thank you.